Hi, it's Teri Jo with Solutions Unlimited. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about my journey. Who am I? And just share a little bit more about the adventure of Teri Jo Wheeler. And I'm going to start with, rather than going all the way back to the beginning, I'm going to start with when I was around 23. I had just recently graduated from Arizona State University. I had a degree in business marketing. I had my sales job, the entry level sales job with the company car and benefits and all that. And I was living in Manhattan Beach in a cool apartment because being cool was a very important part of my image, with cool roommates, and had an active social life and was really living the dream, I guess you could say. And I just remember one day standing in my apartment and kind of freaking out because I was like, wow, like, oh my God, this is what I'm going to do for the next 40 years. I'm going to like work at a job that I kind of sort of like, but it's not really fulfilling. It just kind of pays my bills and I get to complain about it with everybody else. I'm probably going to end up getting married and then get divorced and have two or three kids that maybe need therapy. Um, you know, retire with my bones aching and bitter and resentful old lady. And I mean, that was really how I saw the world, the potential future that I could go down. And I just got freaked out about it. And I felt, in part, obviously, the reason why I thought that is because that's what I perceived in a lot of people around me. Like, that's the world I saw. That's the lens through which I viewed the world. Is I saw a lot of older people that really weren't always doing fulfilling work and were complaining a lot. And I just didn't want to be that. And I felt disillusioned. I felt disappointed in the American dream. And part of that was because I had met one of my goals, which was graduating from college. And that was a pretty lofty goal. And, I felt like I had done everything right up until then. But just something was being born in me, this curiosity for more. And so I did my very first personal growth seminar around that same time. And it was a seminar that Barbara DeAngelis did called Making Love Work. Some of you may remember this. It was back in the early 90s. And in that, it was like a 3 or 4 day intensive, and it was all about your emotions. And we got in touch with our fear and our grief. And, it was really heavy duty, intense stuff. But I loved it. I mean, I was just like hooked from this moment on, because one of the things I realized in that seminar is up until that moment, I had been kind of flatlined in existing. And I was very comfortable with certain emotions. One of them in particular was anger, or having like a reason to like fight something. But I wasn't comfortable with any of the softer emotions like sadness. And then what I noticed is when I was cutting off those other emotions, of course, I was also cutting off my joy. And so in that particular workshop, I just opened up this doorway to a lot of vitality and like huge joy and excitement and anticipation about life. And so, of course, I signed up for everything she had, and I ended up studying, doing some workshops with her for the next couple of years. And that led to more workshops and more workshops and more workshops. And I mean, I was a total self-help junkie from the early 90s until 2005. I even ended up getting a master's degree at the University of Santa Monica in spiritual psychology, which was an amazing program. I went back and got my certificate in consciousness, health, and healing, and I was a volunteer with that university. So I was there for over 10 years learning this stuff, really absorbing it. And then I got involved in several other organizations as well, that were all involved in healing and growth and personal transformation. And it was a wonderful path, and I learned a tremendous amount of tools and got so much experience. And there's a quote in the Bible that says, "Know thyself." Boy, was I knowing thyself and everyone around me. I was really studying people and telling them what I knew about them as well, which doesn't go over very well, by the way. And then in 2005, something happened, and I just got sick of all of it. Just sick of growing. I had immersed myself in it for a good 15 solid years. I still, in some areas, felt I wasn't the person I wanted to be. And so I chucked all the learning, and I ran away to Mexico. Puerto Vallarta, by the way, which is a great place to run away to. And I said, screw it. I'm just going to sit in the sun. I'm going to teach kindergarten, which is what I was doing at the time. And it was a job that I really did love. And I'm going to have fun and go wild and party and, you know, live that life, which I did for 5 years. And in that process, there was a lot of highs and lows, a lot more self-realization. And in one way, that's really where my real seminar happened. And that was all a personal journey that I went deeper and deeper inside and got to really see what I'm made of and had to face some of the darker parts of me as well. And I emerged out of that in 2010. I got real clear guidance inside to come home to LA. And then while I was back in LA, I was kind of having a reverse culture shock. And I looked for work and I couldn't find any. And then I just got really clear guidance because I had been getting more and more connected inside to this higher part of us that guides us, the higher self. And I was dialoguing with it every day. And I just kept getting this guidance to start doing this coaching, this soul coaching, which I had dabbled in Mexico, and I had done some workshops and seminars there. But this was a real clear, like step-by-step way to do things over Skype and how to promote it, and everything was guided. And so now here it is, 2012. I don't even know what month we're in right now. I just drew a total blank. November. And I've been doing this for almost 2 years, and this soul coaching, and it's just a real gift. And one of the things I find about it is because I did such incredible, deep, personal soul searching, meaning looking for my soul, I actually am really skilled at helping other people because I've walked through all the valleys in my own life, and I've searched every corner. I was such a thorough seeker, and now I'm a finder. Like, I feel like I found what I was looking for, which is this incredible self-love, and it's so deep and vast. Like, it just keeps getting better and better and better. And so I just wanted to share a little bit about my journey and who I am, and I'll share more as the time goes on. But I would love to be of service to you if there's anything you want some clarity around, if you would like to release a pattern that you're working with, or to draw in more joy and inspiration, or just to explore who you are, then contact me and we can set up a soul coaching session. That's, I think, all I have to say for now. I love you. Goodbye.